Hello guys, welcome to another video, and in this video we are actually going to be talking about the new upcoming game coming out, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is right, asymmetrical horror game which is going to be 3 killers against 4 survivors, and it seems like it's going to be really fun. So in this video, for those of you that didn't even know this game was coming out or that just don't know what this game's going to be about, we're going to go over what we know so far about this game, and then we're going to cover it in the future because once this game does come out, I'm going to be covering it like crazy because it looks amazing. So the first question is, what's going to be the main focus of this game and the objective? The objective really is to be stealthy. This game's going to focus around stealth. So they said it's pretty common concept in horror to build tension and release it, but the uncommon is found on how you build it and how you release it. With the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we know our victims find themselves against all odds in a situation with little to no resources and seemingly all but done for. Desperation is a key word as well as an overall tone to the game, and with that, combat is not only unrealistic, it is minimal and frantic. So what fills the gameplay in between your capture and escape or death is stealth, but not the variety you might find in single player experience. So the design director said a key point for us getting that authentic horror gameplay right was the multiplayer stealth mechanics, the biggest of which is visibility. With single player games against AI hunters, the rules of visibility are clear. You have visual cones, audio visual cues when spotted, and clear methods of resetting the hunt. These just didn't transfer fairly to a PvP setup. Hiding in the shadows from other players was something we worked hard on in the earliest of prototypes, ensuring it's fair for both sides without the gamey mechanics. The design director also said a lot of iteration took place during early prototypes to promote stealth as the way to survive. We observed a lot of players' behaviors that we wanted to embrace, one of which was hiding in plain sight, moving into the shadows, keeping still, and holding your nerve as a family member scours the environment is both terrifying and exhilarating. He said taking the hiding in shadows a step further, we gave players on both sides the ability to turn on or off specific lights in the environment, dynamically changing hiding opportunities, or entering a dark room and turning on a nearby lamp. You'll quickly see victims scatter like cockroaches. Of course, we don't want to make things too easy for the family, so the victims will have some tricks up their sleeve in these scenarios. So I kind of like this approach. It's not the typical asymmetrical horror game where it's like Dead by Daylight or Evil Dead or something like that. This is totally different, and they're focusing on stealth. And I love PvP stealth games as long as they do it right and make it actually challenging for both sides. And I think just the fact that there's going to be 3 killers against 4 survivors is also pretty fun, mixed in with this stealth. So I would love to see how they do it, and I can't wait to actually see more gameplay footage of this being used. Next, we have the cast of victims, the victims or survivors that you'll be able to play as in the game. So when I was reading information of this, it seems like only one person can play one character at a time. So you will not see multiple of the same characters in a game. And I'm assuming that some characters will have different abilities or perks compared to others. And it's not going to be like Dead by Daylight where everyone could just play the same characters, because apparently they're all going to have their own unique setup. So the victims are going to be Julie, Leland, Connie, Sunny, and Anna. Those will be the main 5 characters that you can play with once the game comes out. They did talk about DLC down the road where they will add more characters in the future. Now, some of you might be worried about the balancing issue that this might bring with 3 killers going against 4 survivors, because we know going against 1 killer can be hard enough if it's too strong. So if you're asking how are they going to balance this, this is what the CEO president said about the balancing. So he said, we love a good challenge, and there are massive amounts of balance required to make 3 killers feel and play uniquely, while still providing exciting gameplay. When you have 3 killers and 4 victims running around a game space, you spend a lot of time on level design, creating shadows and items to hide behind, mixtures of open rooms to move slowly through, while hallways become natural choke points that players can move quickly through to find the next hiding spot. With 3 killers chasing you around, it can be overwhelming. It was also our responsibility to assure that each level creates exciting moments, drenched in terror, but ample spots to catch a reprieve and make your next move. So it seems like what's really going to help balance this out is the map design. Being able to have survivors or victims have a lot of places to hide from the killers and be able to move around the map frequently so you can plan your next move where you're not really trapped all the time getting killed by the killers. Next up, we have the maps. So when the game comes out, there's going to be 3 maps with it. So we have the family house map, you have the gas station map, and then you have the slaughterhouse map. All of them look fairly small, but I'm assuming it's going to be multiple floors and a lot of place to run and hide. It can look pretty big actually, so I'm excited to see how this is going to play out and how these maps are going to look. So the lead designer said these about the maps. He said, when choosing and designing the levels, we knew we wanted players to really experience the iconic locations from the original movie, as well as add our own stamp on the franchise. These are key locations for the family and their victims, and it will not be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre without them. They said we wanted to allow the players to not just enter, but more importantly, fully explore and feel those places and how they really are. Discovering not just what the movie showed, but the areas hidden from view. We get to explore a huge range of possible environmental questions. What would be behind this door? What spaces have this family or killers created? How do the family live in these spaces? How have they constructed these areas? He said that's where the real fun begins and where the designers and artists get to play. Working with our art and design team here at Sumo and the awesome folks at Gun, nothing has been left unturned in the authenticity department. We know that the fans are going to compare and analyze what we have made with the movie, and I think I can say that everyone on the project has brought their A game to bring as much detail as humanly possible to the game. I'm very proud of what this team has created. So although we haven't seen actual pictures of the map, we do get these overview blueprint style pictures, and they do look fairly big. You know, it's like a square shape, but it seems like it will be a lot to explore. This one seems to have multiple buildings on the slaughterhouse map. The regular house map looks good too, so I'm excited for that. And now we have the background story of why these survivors or victims have even come to the Slaughter family and why they were even there in the first place. And it is because they created Maria Flores that she's went missing. You can see they have a missing poster, which actually looks pretty real and pretty cool. And they created this backstory to give a little story as to why the victims are even at the Slaughter family, how they ended up there. I'm assuming this is their friend and they're looking for her. And they basically have a whole backstory here, which I'm not going to read for this video because it'll be too long. But if you guys want to check out this website, you can. This is their official website, and you can check out everything if you want to read it in detail. Really cool, really fun, and I'm definitely I'm excited to play this game. I can't even speak right. And if you want to be here for when I do play this game and make more videos on this game, hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you're excited for this game. And make sure you subscribe for more Texas Chainsaw content when this game drops more reveals. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.